This is Chris Johnson to introduce all my hey brothers and sisters of the Onpassive family. Let's do this!
This is Karina Last. Hey.
Robert Tantulo here. Hey.
Cynthia Brown. Hey.
Jerry Gonsalves. Hey.
Dawn McIntyre. Hey.
This is Gina Leva. Hey.
This is Kevin Rutledge. Hey.
Mr. Tuick. Hey.
This is David Switzer. Hey.
Novelle Wilcon. Hey.
Pam Turner. Hey. Hey. Diane Lennon. Hey.
Hey, it's coming! Onpassive, it's coming! Stop going there!
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, everyone. Hey. So today we're going to be reacting to Marty and Chris. I hope you like the intro song. It's been a little bit of a while since we heard that song. It is one of my favorite songs of theirs. Andy is here. Joe's here. We have Albs and Mark B with us. Mr. Level. Chris McNair is here. Devil's Advocate is here. And Louisiana so far. Good to see all of you. Yay, and Takara just made it. I am glad to be known as a snarky YouTuber. I like it. So I was told that yesterday's live stream that Marty and Chris did was quite interesting. So I thought that we would react to that today. So, hold on. What was it called? Sorry, give me a second. I was like cleaning all day and then I almost didn't make it to this. Oh, yes. This is another one by them which has no name. They've been doing this lately. They've been making live streams and they used to give it a name. And, the name wasn't whatever. But lately, they've just been naming it either question mark or just no name. Like, it'll just be like Marty and Chris live, And it's kind of funny. I think it's sort of funny that they stopped naming their live streams. Another thing is, as you can see here, Marty has changed his countdown. So, that I felt like that was important information to share. Hello, Joseph. Good to see you. Chris says, today, Chris and Marty kept asking what they can talk about to keep the founders interested. If someone gets on, suggest to let the naysayers come on and ask questions to help understand Onpassive. Well, that would be interesting. Hello, Violet. Good to see you. Good to see you. At least they could. Yep, we're up to date. We're up to date. Now that we know that Marty has changed his counter. I'm a little bit sad about it, I have to admit. I kind of liked the dramatic intro. I found it very fun to, have all the drama at the beginning with the countdown and the big explosion, and then have it just be like Marty sitting in his chair. Very over, like, you're just like, what the fuck is going on with this? And this is what we were counting down for, Oh, it makes me laugh every time. This one's a little more happy. Woo! See, they still kind of have the explosion, but it's not as fun. Not as fun.
ONET encourages you to forge connections, investigate thriving communities, and share your passions.
Does it though? Does it? Does it? You can't stand Robert? Yeah, no, he's not my favorite either. I don't know if ONET does that though, unless you mean just with people in Onpassive. Remember, only people in Onpassive are using ONET.
You can join millions of others from around the globe in this safe, secure social media platform, free, simply by registering at www.coolzone.ai.
I mean, they could be a community, Chris. 5 people can be a community. All right? A small community, but yes.
An author, lecturer, and advocate for persons with disabilities. Helen Keller was born in the United States.
What the fuck? I'll say it again. What the fuck does Helen Keller have to do with Onpassive? Like, anyone. Anyone. Fantasia Foot Spray says, Foodie is live right now. Well, you can watch Foodie.
Many people all throughout the world were impressed by her tenacity and determination.
So is she like Ash then? Because she had tenacity and determination? You'll see that it just ended and then they showed themselves for a second. I feel like even Marty was like, okay, maybe this one's too far.
Have proven effective for businesses to engage clients in the digital age. With successful SMS marketing.
Why the sudden fixation on Helen Keller? And they didn't know that Anne Sullivan was her teacher. See, the funny thing is that they've been doing this a lot lately, where they just kind of like take quotes and stuff from someone famous and then they like slap Onpassive on it. Most of them are people that have passed away like already, so I'm like, they passed away before Onpassive was a thing. So you're like, hey, they definitely have nothing to do with Onpassive. And it's like, it's a manipulating marketing tool. You know, it's iffy. I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. The earth is flat. We live in a simulation and Onpassive is coming. That's right.
You may reach 87% of the world's population, since a research indicated that there are approximately 7 billion smartphones worldwide.
Oh no.
SMS marketing
They
efforts
thought she was a man? Oh no.
are potent, and short links can boost them. Explore them. 1. Better readability.
Yeah, when Marty compared Ash to Muhammad Ali. Yeah, like, they do weird things like this. So I was like, are we doing that with Helen Keller now? Because that would be weird. Weird one. Muhammad Ali was also weird.
And aesthetics. 2. Tracking, analytics. 3. Link customization. 4. Improve user experience with QR codes. Short URL mistakes to avoid. 1.
That's all it
Random
takes.
URL. 2. Generic domain. 3. Metrics that add bot traffic. 4.
Well, wait, OTrim doesn't give you a generic domain, does it? I mean, I guess. To me, not really.
Shortening URLs. 5. URL shortening. 6. Keywords not capitalized. Optimizing SMS impact. Exploring OTrim's dynamic features. Using
That's right, nay, 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 nay.
Onpassive's OTrim, an ultimate link shortening technology in SMS campaigns, is revolutionary.
Oh my god.
Bulk shortening streamlines links for a smooth user experience. QR
It's
code
not,
production
though.
simplifies content engagement. Gain insights and understand user behavior using device and click location
See,
analytics.
Violet, that's all I could think. All I can think about when I see them do that is like someone in their family or something seeing that and then realizing that Onpassive is a scam because I'm sure they've never heard of it before. And then being like, wow, how dare this scam use the likeness of, you know, my great aunt Helen Keller in this fucking ad. And like eventually it will catch up with them sometime. It will happen eventually. You know, they keep doing it. One day that's going to happen. And I'm not going to blame the family members or friends of that person at all for being like, can you not do that, please? It's just, I don't like it. Bottom line, why would the average person want OConnect when they can use Zoom? Exactly. Especially for like a third of the price.
OTrim goes beyond link shortening to optimize SMS messages for
kinda
maximum
doesn't,
impact and data-driven success. Conclusion.
See, this is what I mean. Why is OTrim and OTracker not just like the same thing? If OTrim can do a bunch of the things that they claim OTracker is doing. It's weird.
Short links make SMS.
If it wasn't for Ash and Onpassive, Rosa Parks would still be riding the back of the bus.
Marketing powerful and flexible. Shortened URLs improve marketing analytics and aesthetics. But
it doesn't though, and especially when that URL is always OTrim / and then whatever name you want to give it. So if I wanted to do a website, let's say I wanted to like call my website my name, Queen of Karma, right? It would be OTrim / Queen of Karma. It would not just be like queenofkarma.com, you know, like I don't think it does that. It's a great marketing tool for Onpassive, but not for your business. Like if you're running your own business, you probably want a domain name that's just your business name. You're not going to want to attach it to another product of another company. You know, like that's bizarre.
your free OTrim. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai.
Right? That's exactly what happens. They use OTrim for the webinar links, and that's what they usually share in the back office to everyone. And it gives the meeting ID in them. And then they all sit there and go, how do people get the meeting ID? How did this happen? And I'm like, oh my God. Technology geniuses, folks. And it's like all of them. Like even Ash was so confused. And he, out of all of them, should have like clued into that. That was a bit ridiculous. I was like, come on, Ash. Like, you haven't put that together. The rest of us were like, oh shit. And we knew exactly what happened. But, you know, whatever. Jelly is here. Hello, Jelly Snack.
Hello, everyone. I apologize. It was my fault. I was running late. I tried to get stuff done. I didn't have enough time.
Did you
At first, I thought he was going to apologize for turning off the Helen Keller ad. Because I'm still sitting here trying to figure out what happened with that. You know, I would like to think that maybe they were like, ooh, using Helen Keller, that's a bit, let's not do that. And turn it off, but that's probably not what happened.
Did you see what Gemma wrote in there? Marty should be breakdancing on that. I'm like, no, he shouldn't.
By the way, okay, I used to be able to dance very, very well. Okay, I will show you all. Right?
I'll show you what's up. Me and you will go breakdancing one day.
Anyway, here's what I want to say.
By doing the wave?
I found out something that happens in life.
I'm telling you, you step up to a breakdancing competition with that, Chris, and you've lost. Just don't.
See an Onpassive. Are you ready? This is kind of funny. It's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. It's funny. Okay. It's not funny. I'm starting to sound like Chris. But anyway.
Are we ready? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Tiny Earl is just as good. It's Trim Earl is another one. I don't know. All I know is OTrim is not one that I would use. And I wouldn't want to join an entire ecosystem just to use it either. So to me, like by itself as a product, it's not a good one. You know, like it's not the one that I would be marketing. Yeah, right. That's what all of their streams are like.
You know, when you're going through Onpassive, every once in a while it hits me. I'm always thinking about Onpassive and the possibilities. That's how I stay motivated. How's that? Oh my God, we got Lister another day. Oh, and she's not. Oh, she's up before noon. Oh my God, guys, that's the ninth wonder.
You know what though? You do make a good point, Violet, because it's like if there was time freedom here, then it shouldn't have mattered that he's late. And that's kind of my point too when I say like they have all these webinars daily. Like they have some sort of obligation here. Even if it's a shitty made up one that they've just kind of made up off the top of their heads. Because I don't know if Ash is like, hey, can you guys live stream every day about Onpassive? Maybe he is. Maybe that's why they keep doing it. But as far as I know, you know, they choose to do it every day. And they seem to have set this thing with themselves, you know? Where they're like, listen, I have to live stream every single day about Onpassive at a specific time. And if I don't, then like something bad's going to happen or something. I've been late before and you just come on and say, hey, sorry, I'm a bit late, guys. People don't usually care. But, you know, obviously they have an obligation here. So how much time freedom do they have?
The world. She's probably laughing right now. But anyway, here's what I'm going to say. In Onpassive, every once in a while it hits me, oh my God, I can't believe we have this. I can't believe the potential of this company. Last night, big mistake. Okay. It was 12 o'clock. I could have just went to bed and I went, you know what? I'm going to text Chris Johnson just to say goodnight. Right? Yes, I can be kind to him. I know you guys don't see it. I know you see me riding him like Seattle Slew at the Kentucky Derby, but he's not that fast. He's more like a mule and he's very slow. But listen to
kind of cute to think that they text each other good night before bed. Once again, time freedom.
this. So I call him, and Chris is on a high of Onpassive. He's stoned out on Onpassive. And I didn't know it. So he took advantage of me. And he, Marty, did you know? And did you? And I went, oh my God, what happened? I didn't talk because there was no time. He didn't give me any chance. And what happened is he messed up and went and chatted with Mike Ellis, like freestyle. And I got the blunt of it. But I just wanted to point out something, all in fun. If you really, and this is for all of you, my sister from another Mr. Listra, all of you out there, Sante Papua, whatever if I said that right.
How do you do, fellow kids moment? I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was some cringe. Oh God, Marty, just don't. Just please don't do that again. Never again. Don't, just never. I've known some manic religious preachers, but even they need a break from preaching some of the time. Marty and Chris take this to the next level. That's what I mean. Like, it's like, even if they don't have any updates, they're like, we still have to go live and tell people that we don't have updates. It's same with Red, right? With his whole like, oh, I'm going to update you on every day this week, including the days where the update is just that there was no update. And it's like, why? It's like, you don't have to do this every day. You could just like stream when you have something to say to people, an update to give. And then maybe like once a week, do like a webinar where you promote Onpassive. And then just spend a couple minutes talking about each of the products and the opportunity and then end it. And then go and enjoy your week, you know? Hello, Ella. Good to see you. See, that's the thing is that a lot of them feel like at this point, they're like, you're in it to win it. You know? They don't know how to go back and tell people that it was a scam. So they just full speed ahead. You know, you can smoke Onpassive. That must be a strong strain. Right? It makes you stupid. You would love to find the link to the nightly trivia. Yeah, I don't know where they post that one. You felt that one in your kidneys? Yeah. That was some
Myra, all of you, Roy Davis, some of you I didn't really, Gene, Aliva, of course, Casey, Zevenberg, my brother from another mother. Take the time to see. And I know a lot of you do.
No, he did it again. He did it again. No. No, don't do that. Oh God. There's so many layers of cringe to this. That's too much for me. My brain can't handle you doing it twice in a row, Marty. You need to stop that. Stop that right now. Hello, Scam Chan. This is what winning looks like day by day. You go gray, gain a bunch of weight, lose your teeth, and stream about how it's coming soon.
But I want you to soak up Onpassive. Really think of what like we're part of. I mean, because Chris reminded me again. Now, this is how I do lives every day.
Okay.
As you know, I don't work for the.
I mean, thanks. We were just wondering. So, all right, let's go.
Company, but the lives. What's going through my mind daily is the possibilities and being able to see where Cynthia Brown will be 6 months after we're rolling. I mean, really rolling. Minnow Miller, her middle name is now Onpassive. I think it's legally Minnow Onpassive Miller. Okay. Lori Munn. Lori Onpassive Clydesdale. Anyway, but the point is, Cynthia
It wasn't funny the first time. So let's not do it twice then, right?
Always around all of you. And I know, but I've said this from the very beginning.
You know what, Scam Chan? You missed it. I thought he was going to get up and dance for us at the beginning of this. But then even he was like, no, thank you. I'll say that I will. I'll say that I can dance. But I am not going to show you. Chris broke it down, though. Soak it up like you are a boiled egg and Onpassive is the barbecue sauce. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Or like how somebody... Because here's the thing. A lot of the people that watch Chris and Marty daily actually do so daily. So it's like, okay, they're already watching you every day, probably watching the corporate webinar, paying for the O Connect that they would have done once, right? There is nothing else that they can do. Like, how are they going to soak it up anymore? You know? Like, it's already soaked up. They're like a sponge that's full. They can't take in any more Onpassive.
I can tell you I've done X amount of shows. I do them every day. I don't care about that. Here's what I hope happens. I inspire you enough to get you to break free to believe in the possibilities of Onpassive. Dr. Benny, another one, always smiling, always upbeat. And I'm starting to see Marcianne. Marcianne went from a quiet lady to a dancing maniac, okay?
To somebody that you like kick off of the webinar screen after you invite her up there. Oh yeah, no, it's totally fun. I wish I was her. Yeah.
She's on the dance squad for Onpassive. She's an advocate for Onpassive as strong as anyone. I would not want to get on her bad side if you're going to talk bad about Onpassive. Narelle Warcon, same thing.
What you gonna
Eric
do?
Kessler, everybody has that thing.
I talk bad about Onpassive every day, several times a day. Woman hasn't done nothing to me.
And what drives me, you know what drives us crazy? And I know everybody else, not me so much because I've done this so long I stopped doing it. But going to family and you tell them and you.
Marty talked about his daughter's failure as a parent and how he has custody of grandkids who have their own issues. If only he'd spent more time with his real family rather than idolize Onpassive. And then before that, all the other 20 years worth of MLMs that he's been a part of. He's probably been doing them his whole life, right? Barbecue sauce is maple syrup.
Got that glow and you're going, oh, I got something for you.
It is.
So much. This is my sister or my brother. And they look at you going, it's a piece of crap. And you just want to go, oh my God, I wish they could see what I see. Don't worry about that. They're coming back. Listen, you can't go to your family for this stuff. They will beat you to death. Another ABBA is, I mean, come on, all of these people, every day I'm seeing more and more and more. Look at what the possibility, one of the possibilities might just be the freedom. And Chris talks about the freedom. But this is where you have financial freedom. Because there's people that have time, they have no money. You might as well not have the time. Look at all the people that are retiring. They struggled for 40 years. They just get to retirement. They're 65 years old. Hopefully they got 20 more years. But for those 20 years, they got to stay home. They got to think about dying. What kind of crap is that? But if you had the financial freedom, you could.
That's your own issue there. I know a lot of people that have retired, and then they say that those 20 years that they get to live after they retired, according to you, is some of the best time of their life other than when they raised their kids and their kids were like little. Like, you have to save up for that. I mean, imagine joining this MLM. It doesn't pay you for 6 years, and then you have the audacity to sit there and talk about financial freedom. Like, is it like, really? Come on. But that was an interesting way that Marty just summed up his view on retirement and what it is. Because for a lot of people, you know, unless they're ill during that time, they do spend their time traveling. I guarantee you they're not sitting there for 20 years just thinking about dying. That sounds like a very morbid existence. I hope you're not doing that. If you are, please do seek some mental health help.
Spend those 20
Like,
years
what was that?
living a life you never dreamed of. You could spend the next 20 years living more than you ever lived the first 65. And Onpassive gives us that hope. And I believe it with all my might.
But that's all it gives you, is just the hope of it. Right? Which, I mean, sure, if you're okay just living with a dream, you know, and just daydreaming all day long, then yeah, join Onpassive. They're definitely the one for you. But if you actually want anything that these guys are talking about, you'll get it with hard work in a career that probably doesn't involve an MLM company. Way before Onpassive is going to give it to you. Let me tell you, the people that spend the 40 years working, as Marty puts it, and then retire are probably able to do a lot more than the people that spend 40 years in an MLM and then try to retire. So maybe that's what the real issue is here, you know?
Every time I hear asked before, I said, where did this man come from? Where did his wife come from? Why would you take this beating for a bunch of strangers?
What are you talking
about? And then you look
about?
through history. Look at the very people that we remember for the rest of our life.
Do you think Ash is waking up every day in a cage getting poked by sticks? Like, what are you talking about? What kind of man and his family will take a beating just to help humanity? Like, what?
One, my favorite, Jesus Christ. Look what he did for sinners.
Oh my God. What Ash is doing for us is just like what Jesus did for the sinners. You know, Ash sticks up for Onpassive like Jesus stuck up for Christianity. And he was put on a cross just like they're putting Ash on a cross. And you know, Ash is going up on that cross just for us to save all of humanity. Just please send him another $108 million to this crypto bank. Thank you.
Complete strangers. For two people on the cross next to him, a murderer and a thief. Think about what he did. Think about the sacrifice. Think about the sacrifice of Martin Luther King, of Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. I mean, you could go on and on and on and on. They thought about others more than themselves. That's crazy. And we happen...
See, and that's the sad thing, is that for some of them, they'll be okay with just the dream. You know? But you're not going to get anywhere by just dreaming. I'm sorry. Fairy tales and Disney lied to you when you were a child. Let me be the one to break the news.
In the middle of this big planet, been around billions of years to line.
Have you ever seen Ash Mufareh and been like, wow, that man takes such a beating for this company? No. Yeah, no, me either.
Just right to be there that day when somebody asked you about Onpassive and you went, yeah.
Devil's Advocate says, hey, you can beat me up every day if it gets me $108 million. I'll even smile and say thank you. So you can send money to him and then you can beat him with sticks. He'll gladly take it. Just has to be $108 million.
I think I'll do it. Think of what could have been. I mean, you didn't say no. And I don't think that's an accident. Sorry, that's me. Raphael, another guy. I met Raphael.
They're really taking it to the top with this, like, Ash and his family have sacrificed so much so that this scam can run. You know, everything that he's put into running this pyramid scheme has just been so sacrificial. It's amazing what he does for humanity.
A couple years ago, quiet, barely talked, camera on when it's necessary and off right away.
Spoiler, it's actually Marty. Yeah, that's the only time that he gets out of the chair.
Look at him now. And Onpassive didn't create you guys. It let you feel comfortable about being who you are.
See, this is the thing. I don't think that they understand that a lot of the people in Onpassive are not Christians. And they, like, pray together, which I'm sure that's fine. But I don't know. In some religions, it might not be okay to pray with people of other religions to their gods. You know, like, you got to be careful with things like that. That's why you just shouldn't bring religion into your organization whatsoever. It's not just because of faith manipulation, but it's just, you know, it muddies things up. There's a reason why people used to say, you don't talk about religion, sex, and politics.
John White. What an inspiration John White is. First, he's one of the best writers in Onpassive. Second is, he said, you know, I learned about keto. He did listen. And then I went into carnivore and he took it to a new level. He did carnivore. He did intermittent fasting. He's half the man he was, weight-wise, but full of wisdom. He's always out helping. He's looking at ways to inspire.
You want to talk about weight, Marty. Like I said, when was the last time you actually got up out of that chair?
Bill Must. Yeah, we never seen him. But I tell you what, he's had more impact on somebody else.
Bill Must, the man, the mystery.
I've never seen than some people I do see. Bitmata, every day she writes something encouraging. Never met her. Never. But you don't have to. We're finding out. You can find out. You hear.
But I thought they had to prove you're a real person with O-Verify. So how do you know he's a real person? I'm just saying.
You hear it coming through on passing to other people that there's something happened. A spark was made. Ash started off, boom, one guy, one woman, two guys, two women, boom, and it just multiplied. What? And what did we do? I'm
sorry, was Ash collecting bodies in a basement? Is that the traffic that's getting allocated? What is this? Ash and one man, two women, one man, then 5 men and 1 woman. Yeah, no, that was a hard one. You know, like what are you even talking about?
Us took that message and delivered it. Were we as good as?
I swear to God, I've heard Marty tell this story every single day for the last 3 years. The story of Onpassive, right? Like, he basically in every stream, he talks them up and he talks up the products, and then he'll always talk Ash up. But you guys weren't lying. This has to be one of the most bonker ones I have heard him say about Ash in the last 3 years. Like, he's just taking it way out there. It's getting worse.
Sometimes we were. But the more you...
It's like a virus, like a flesh-eating disease, although it's a brain-eating disease, and it's getting worse by the day.
You know, the closer you can be, because the truth is the truth. I looked at the other day when you got Comfort and Collins and Andy, another great guy, right? And Collins, amazing. We found out the other day that Comfort's, she's right up there at the top of as far as hosting. She did a great job. But what happened? They do webinars and
they've just become one item now, him in the chair.
Few people go. That's sad. We should all be pushing everyone to go where the truth is. and I'm not saying other people
Bill Must is an invisible man. We figured it out, guys.
are lying or anything. I'm just saying I can tell, I listen, and if I feel good about it, I tell everyone. But anyway, I just wanted to say, I am stoked about what's going on. It's going to be a big next couple of weeks.
I mean, you're not wrong, people. They're even giving each other good night messages before bed. So, there's that.
And if these weeks are what I think they are, it's going to be a big life. It's the beginning of something really, really big.
All right, I'll work on it.
I mean, you you hear Dr. Tarek, and I'm glad somebody wrote it down, because I'm going to tell you something. When me and Chris are in the webinar, you miss a lot. You miss a lot what's going on because you're in it. You're moving people around. You got people popping on, because you want it to go so smooth for everyone else. You do kind of lose but I always go back.
Oh, Marty, do you want us to say, oh, Marty, he's sacrificed so much to help put on these Onpassive webinars for us. Oh, he can't even pay attention to them while he's helping people scam people on screen, guys. He's got to kick people off because they keep giving out the ID. It's a lot of stress for poor Marty. Poor Marty. He's almost sacrificed as much as Ash. Marina stops in sometimes. She did see the light, and she is no longer with Onpassive. And she wrote myself and the recovering Hunbot to thank us for opening her eyes. He called Africa a virgin country. Did he? I missed that. Oh my, what? What does that even mean? What? I don't even know what that means. Like, even in terms of, like, Onpassive not being in Africa until now or something. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the only way that would maybe make sense to use it. It's untouched by Onpassive. So it's a virgin country, which it's not, but I'm like, okay, that's weird. Oops. 2 stops backwards and another 2,000 backwards for the win, right? We need an Ash racist compilation. It would be like 5 hours. Yeah, I have several clips of him being racist somewhere. It is pervy sounding. It's also just not true. Because like I said, the only way that would make sense is if like they were brand new to signing up people in Africa. But people in Africa have been joining since they've been promoting this thing online in like 2019. So I'm like, weird. Is it because they claim that it was the first time Ash had addressed them? Because that's still, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I can redo it because I modified the webinar.
You've been trying to get them to talk about LGBTQ, but they avoid the topic like the plague. Can we have some trans rights in the chat? The thing is that they are pretty right-leaning. I'm just saying. So, they're a little racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobic. Ash is too. That's why it comes out sometimes, but they try to keep it under wraps. They're hoping that we don't pick up on any of that, Which I usually wouldn't care, by the way, because I'm not out here, doing the advocacy for human rights things myself. But if they're going to be saving all of humanity, I would hope that they wouldn't be racist and homophobic and etc. Like that would probably be better. But it's like they're even like anti-women. That comes out a lot too. That's why Joe says they're sexist, because it's like Marty will say things like, oh, and then the women will get paid and then they can go shopping for new dresses and shoes. And it's like, yeah, because That's what women do, And so if you watch enough of them, you are going to pick up on it. It's very interesting where their politics lies. It's towards Trump. Very much towards Trump. Let's just say that. Which is funny because for most of the people that they prey on and claim that they'd be helping, I can almost guarantee that a lot of those communities would probably not want to support people that support Trump or very right-leaning, right-wing political people. So they try to just hide it. Hide it a bit. Just hide it. Yes, women should join so that they can buy shoes and purses. Yeah. That's all women want. It's just some shoes and purses. That's all we need.
I get to see it again in slow motion. Really, I bring up parts, and that's where I got to listen to Dr. Tarek, and I decided I'll make that little video because what he said was so powerful. Everybody, we always got the negative part of some countries, like Africa, for one. But let's remember something. Whether you believe, you don't believe, that's not my concern. Man was started in Africa. The Garden of Eden was in Africa. This is where man started.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
And I think it's only appropriate that this is where we return to. And the average age in Africa, 19, 20 years old. No joke. Prime place to build an empire of AI and IT. Prime. Some very, very educated people full of a country where there's no job. What kind of crap is that? The other thing I'm telling my grandchildren, this is me. Hey.
Oh, okay. So wait, the country has no jobs. The country has no jobs, right? You just said no jobs. Right? None whatsoever. But then everyone there is educated and everyone there should work for Onpassive. Oh, okay. Because there's no jobs. But at the same time, it's not an area that's usually considered a third world area. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm very jealous. I told you, I wake up every day and I am like, damn it. If only I was able to scam 800,000 people off of 108 million. Then instead of raising my family, maybe I would be in France right now, enjoying myself. Or maybe like Hawaii somewhere. Just leave everything behind and go start a new life. Everyone is jealous of Ash, Mufareh, and Onpassive. Everyone, Odell, everyone. We all want to be scammers too.
Before they're getting into high school.
Marty only knows Africa from National Geographic mud hats and naked. Yeah, and it appears that that's how they think of Africa. But then since the GOOO AFRICAAA and even like the streams they did kind of before it, leading up to it, after they found out that it was going to be a thing, which was only a few days before, by the way, they're talking as if we're the ones that think this. So they think this and they're talking about it like that, but at the same time they're getting mad at us for being the ones that think in this way. And I'm over here but we never said that. That's not what we said. And it depends where you go in Africa as well, right? And it's very, very apparent to all of us, that they pick places that are more in need than others. All right. They prey on them. That's the only thing that I've said. So I don't know if that's like their response to me saying that. And they somehow think that they could like turn it around. But like they're the ones that apparently think this. I'm like, no, nobody has ever said this.
So my granddaughter is in high school. Think about what you're doing. The future's AI, the future's IT, computers. Get into that.
OConnect is 3 times the cost of Zoom. And you don't have a business plan. You can't make money off of it or sell it right now. So until you can actually sell it and it actually has a market value, then I wouldn't use it to, say that Onpassive isn't a scam.
And you could, it's not about working physically, it's about working mentally. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because great minds will come in and change the world. I hear about all the problems in these countries. Yes, big countries go in and they build.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they've paid twice. Red said he only paid twice. Yeah, they've paid twice. But it's a one-time payment thing, huh? Yeah.
The village, I get it.
And what's going to happen to all those accounts, right? Like, here's the thing. So apparently you're not supposed to have more than one account. But people like Red and Gersminder and Michael Williams, we know for a fact, have multiple accounts, right? And like Gersminder and Michael Williams allegedly have thousands of accounts. So when the O-Verify comes into effect, like, are they going to be selling off those accounts? Because apparently you're not allowed to do that on Facebook, by the way. Like, what's going to happen? Is it going to stop them from being able to log into more than one account? None of that's been explained either. So watch them all lose money on that. All those extra accounts.
I'll tell you what. Somebody in the government in all these countries that are having problems, they may not be so honest either. How does that change? From the bottom up. I believe there'll be people, a founder and Onpassive one day, that will be really high up in government in different countries because they have the heart and now they have the resources. Because I tell you what, the old days where you could be poor as long as you're right, you could be president, that's gone long time ago. But if you have the resources, you have the will, and you have the heart, you could change the nation. But it needs to start with the people. The people need to.
So we already did the MLM thing twice. I already did 2 MLMs, woke up, realized they were a scam. I was like fucking years ago. All right, I already did it. I just knew better than to ever join another one after 2. Some people it takes a little longer, like Marty doing it for 20 years, Ash doing it for 20 years, Chris doing it for 20 years. I learned within a year. It's all right, though. Some of us are just quicker learners than others. There is no opportunity here. I've seen a lot of these come and go. I'm just surprised that this one actually had the guts to go for this long. Usually they exit by now and run away. You can't say Ash doesn't have big balls, but then you also can't say that might end him in prison.
Sometimes you need to supervise your supervisor. Sometimes you need to educate your leaders. This is not the right way. This is what we should be doing. Ask me if I was building a company that should have been that way anyway. They should have thought of the people first. Should have been. It wasn't. And we went 100 and some years, the industrial age, and that's what.
Jelly says, I watched an old video and they were talking about how Michael Williams has 170 accounts and was selling them to people who wanted a higher position. Yeah, they used to be allowed to sell accounts. And then they were told no more selling accounts. You have to get them through Onpassive. And then they shut down the ability to buy more accounts. Right? So people were selling off accounts and that. And then they were like, no, don't do that either. It's like, okay, so then what are they supposed to do with it all? What are they supposed to do with it?
The way it went. And this man, amazing person, comes up and says, no, I don't think it needs to be that way. Yeah, but you can't do this. Do you know how many times Mr. Mufareh was told you can't, or no, or that's impossible? No, you can't do that. No, what are you thinking? No, that's impossible. He didn't walk into rooms and everybody go, "Oh, great idea." Hardly ever.
Right, that's why it's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's been coming soon for 5 years, almost 6 years now, right? And it's like Ash knows that as long as he just keeps dangling the carrot in front of them, that they'll stick around. See, that's what I've been wondering too, Joe. I've been wondering if that's what they've been selling to people elsewhere, like even in Dubai and stuff. You know, I'm like, maybe they're not selling it to people in the US, Canada, and etc., but maybe they're selling it to those people. It's 6 years.
But as it's unfolding
in June,
what happened? He said, "We will be the hunted." Who came to Ash?
No
Who
one.
wound up working with Ash?
No one. No one person.
Dr.
Just
Ted,
you.
you think he was having problems finding a job? Go look at what he does. Go look at his credentials. You think Professor...
I do think he had a problem finding a career. I do. He's not very well spoken. He's actually not that intelligent. So he took some 2-month online courses through online college that gave him a fake diploma. And then, he was unable to get a job. So he decided to try to open up his own business like how the MLMs do and make some money. You know, he tried it with GDI Fusion, right? Didn't work out. Tried it with Ash Max. Didn't work out. Onpassive is just Ash Max rebranded and then changed over the course of the years it's been around for. Because it has changed. But, like, that's exactly what happened. You have a false sense of who Ash Mufareh is as a person. All right? I think you're still seeing MIT and reading it wrong. Or you seem to think he did graduate from Harvard U. Because he's stated in the past that he has. No, he didn't. No. The place that he got his diplomas from is MIT, Masters of Information Technology. It was one of these online things where you literally just do like 2 months worth of courses when anyone else is going to that, like to get that degree, they're going to school for like 2 to 5 years for it. So then when he goes to apply for jobs, are the people hiring in these companies going to go with someone who did a 3-year program to get a bachelor's and then another like 3-4 years to get a master's? Or are they going to go with the guy that went to a diploma mill over the computer to get just a master's? Who do you think they're going to hire? Ash is the only one who's hiring the people from the diploma mills. He's not who he says he is or who he portrays to be out here. His resume has nothing on it. And now, technically, he would have to say, I've been scamming people for the last 6 years. I was trying to run a business for 6 years. So, like, good luck getting a job now.
Susan was just destitute? Come on. She had to sign off on countries. She knows leaders of countries. Where did she go? Onpassive.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I really love Microsoft, all right? I use all their products, but they've never forced me to go into people's live streams to pronounce my love for them and the CEO of their company over and over again, because technology companies don't do that. That's what cults and scams do. So just the fact that you're here feeling the need to constantly show up during my streams to be like, I love Onpassive. I love Ash. I love Onpassive. Just proves my point all along that you're in a cult. You're not even in an MLM. You're in a full cult. I do a live stream about another MLM, and I don't even get people in the chat going, I love Sensi. I love Monet. I love It Works. It just doesn't happen. But whenever I talk about Onpassive, I get all these random people showing up going, I love Onpassive. I love Bill Gates, right? Like, this is what I mean. Like, just think about it for a minute. And why are you being put in a position where you feel the need to go to other people to stick up for things? I have never once, ever asked people in my chat to go stick up for me somewhere. All right? Why do you feel the obligation to go and stick up for Onpassive and Ash Mufareh to other people, to the point where you're now taking time out of your day and spending it in my live chat, okay? Wasting more time that you could be putting into a webinar. You're probably missing a webinar right now. Sis, get going. You know, are you plugged in enough? Like, just stop and think for a minute about what you're actually doing when you're here. If you're in Onpassive, why are you here? Do you even know what's going on? Did you end up here because you thought this was an Onpassive stream? Because you don't even pay attention? You just see Onpassive and go, I gotta show up. Because you are that brainwashed and that indoctrinated and feel that much obligation to this thing? Stop and ask yourself that. You know, I've said the same thing to Ali. Why are you under all of my videos? Why? They talk about me every day. I don't go over there and comment to them. I'll just talk to them in the stream if I want it. You know? But I'm a scammer here, so. All praise Zuckerberg. That's right.
People that think, oh, this is bite me, gnaw on me, okay? If you can't see what we have, even if you didn't know everything, Mohammed Nazal, why would he be here?
Mark comes in and says, listen, I just love myself. I'm in the cult of me, okay? I love myself too much to be in anybody else's cult. Because, you know, let's be honest. You end up in a cult. You're struggling with some self-worth and self-esteem. I was when I ended up in MLMs. I'll admit it. He's like, I love myself too much for that. Too much.
Why would Mohammed Kamal leave a business as a nuclear engineer? So you know what I'm going to do? I don't know how old he is. What, 50? Young guy, 45. And say, I'm going to take a chance with a company that's never been.
She knows. She knows what she's saying. She's said that we were jealous and that we are upset about them using O-Connect and blah, 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 blah.
Heard of from the ground and jeopardize all that. He did it because he sees what it is. He sees what it is. And don't you ever apologize to your family or somebody that doesn't see it. Pray for them.
Pray for them.
You do see it. It is right. It doesn't matter what they say. I've had people go and they come back, you know, or somebody says, oh, I found out this is oh, wow. Yeah. And I wouldn't know that. 20 years online. That just skipped me. I didn't do research on it. I know everything what's going on.
You can't say that Elizabeth Holmes isn't one of the most intelligent women in the world. I'm just saying.
It's a joke. But anyway, I wanted to bring up.
See, but those are intelligent scammers. I wouldn't put Ash on the same level as them. You know, I'm just saying. I think he's down a few notches from people like Elizabeth Holmes. All right, that woman managed to scam some of the brightest minds in our entire world. So to me, that means she has to be hella intelligent herself.
Let's work on the core. You're all the core. If you're here, you're core. Get the core stronger and bigger. And I want this to be listen, one day people.
See, the funny thing is they keep talking about all these people that have all of these degrees, but even if you go and look at like Muhammad Kamal, Muhammad Nazir, blah, 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 and what their education actually is, it's very similar to how Ash lists his education. Let's just say that. You know, like Dr. Susan has a bachelor's and a master's and a PhD. Okay. In what? I don't know. She doesn't tell us. But she has all three of those things, you know? You know?
But we'll look back and say, you remember when that phenomenon happened? Which one? When Onpassive came to the world. When Mr. Mufareh.
I know. It's literally just to be like, we have smart people here. Look at us. We're legitimate because there's people that are smart that are a part of this. And that's why one of the biggest stigmas that I hate about victims of scams is that they're dumb. Because oftentimes it's actually the opposite. Cults like to have that flex. It's just with Onpassive, oftentimes it's a fake flex as well. So it adds another layer of silliness to it. But yes, that doesn't, like, a nuclear engineer is like, what is he going to do for Onpassive? Are they now engineering an owl? Like, what is happening? Like, nuclear? You need nuclear? You need nukes for that, do you? Yeah.
Started this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to be really happy. Maybe not so much now, some of you, but the journey will be one of the biggest blessings in your life. The journey itself. I'm done. I'm going to turn it over to Chris and hope he doesn't do what he did to me last night, but we'll see.
He's going to go, hey, no.
28. Well, actually, we were late, so
we've ruined it, I think.
Good. You did good on time there. Hey, I want to do a quick another prayer thing. Jerry Nix's wife is going through some real serious stuff right now. I'm asking you to reach out to Jerry Nix and say some prayers for his wife, but also for Jerry too, because he's up there in age and he's really worried about his wife, and the guy needs some prayers. So show him some love. Roy Davies, I see you finally made it back here. You got emails. I'm looking at all the crazy people on here because you're all crazy. I don't know really what got into me yesterday. It's in me, but sometimes I let it out of me, usually at late at night. I was having flashbacks of working all night again. And this big guy calls me, and Mike Ellis got me fired up, and I was telling him all about it. And I went from there. We talked about this, about what we think, why people don't see certain things in Onpassive, or how can they condemn a man who's trying to do something so good for the world.
First of all, Jerry Nix, do we know him? I find it weird when you bring up random people that I don't know just for being in Onpassive and tell people to care about them. Not that I don't care about his wife being really ill. I hope she gets better. But, like, I don't know this person. And you're not doing a live stream where you're just out here talking about life and then just happen to mention it. You're, like, promoting something right now. So to me, when you just bring up, like, a random person that I, like, don't really know about, all right? And then you're like, oh, their wife's sick. To me, you're just inserting this into your live stream to emotionally manipulate me into now, like, caring more about what you have to say and thinking that you're this great person for caring about people just because they're a part of Onpassive. It's just like, I don't like it. I find it very strange. Like, I don't know. Like, I've had mods that have gone through some things. You know, they've had hardships while they were modding for me. And I might mention it, like Joe's going through some stuff with his back. So I'll be like, hey, Joe, you know, it sucks that you didn't go to work today, but at least you went yesterday, eh? You know, you go when you can. At least I'm glad to have you here now, you know? But it would be really weird if I was like promoting something in that moment and then was like, oh, Joe has a really bad back, guys. Can you guys just like maybe pray for Joe and his back right now? Like it's out of place. You know, it's very strange. And I feel like Chris does this every single time now. Every time that it's his turn to talk for the last few streams, at least, he goes right into, okay, there's this person we have to pray for. There's that person we have to pray for. And it's getting a little bit much now. All right. It's a little bit manipulative to me, you know? Chris's daily prayer stream. Yep. Jerry was on a Marty live stream. He's super old and former Navy. Great. Yeah. I love to hear that they're preying on people in the Navy. That's wonderful. That just fills my heart with joy.
And it drives me crazy, excuse me, that I can't do nothing about those people. And then I saw an amazing video of who's the guy? The
Peaceful says just pray for the entire world all at once. Saves time.
Actor, I'll think of his name in a minute. Keanu Reeves was telling people, you know, there's 8 billion people in this world. And if one person's negative and you walk away from them, you're doing yourself a favor. Now you only got to worry about the 799 people left. So it's listen, I don't know how to explain my excitement too well, to be honest with you.
Okay, wait. Now I have to also take advice from Keanu Reeves. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Because I look at every one of you. I look at myself, Degarmo, Red, Julie, Robin, Peter, Charles, Michael, Dan, Mike Ellis. I'm looking at these people thinking, what are they here for? I ask myself this all the time. What am I here for? And I realize I know what I'm here for. I want to change the world. When I die, I don't want to be just Chris Johnson. He worked for Ford's for 32 years, and that's it. Boring. Told you, I'm going to have a really big tombstone because I want a lot of writing on there. And then I want to celebrate everyone else who came on the
Chris Johnson used to be a family man. Now, top scammer at Onpassive. How about that for your tombstone, Chris? Because if you keep going like this, that's what it's going to say.
This journey. Listen, this wasn't a leap of faith. You needed a change. You all needed a change, like I needed a change, like Marty needed a change. And when I saw what this was really about, each day, whether they're ups or downs, there was a reason for everything that was happening in this company. And I said, just hang on. Oh my gosh, is this going to be good? And the more things he comes out with, there was something new. Satriana Papa sent me, I think it was, about you can put your picture now in the OES. I can't remember where it was because I haven't looked at it yet. Every day is something new. Every day I'm getting questions. Chris, when's it?
Wait, you can put your picture on your profile in the OES? Is that what we're excited about right now? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely new. That's just like the button. Or like when the website has purple on it.
Gonna go. When's it gonna go? I don't know about you, but I'm ready for when it goes. I'm prepared.
Yeah, I think Marty checked out of this the second that Chris started talking.
To watch something amazing in my life really go. And I didn't have to do nothing about it. Mike Ellis and I were talking yesterday. He says, Chris, you do lives 5, 6, 7 days a week. What do you mean you're doing nothing? This is fun. This is fun, guys. Go work for a company. Listen, right now, there's people, it's Monday morning, and they're at work. They're not listening to us right now. They're
probably counting their blessings. They're like, thank God I don't have to listen to these two asshats today.
At work because they got to go to work. And I guarantee they woke up and said, "Oh, I don't really feel like going to work today, honey." But they had to go. Just imagine, I'm gonna go a little farther. Imagine six months from now, and you wake up and say, "I don't need to go to work. I don't need to go to work anymore."
What if you like going to work? Is there something wrong with you? I'm just wondering, there's a lot of people that like working. You know, like my gender fought an entire civil war basically to get the ability to go to work. Like some people like to work. Then what?
This Ash Mufareh, he did it. This is amazing. And then I think about all the people that turned this opportunity, and it's not an opportunity. It's
yeah, right. Like Mike Ellis, you know, it had to go back to work. Why work for money if you can work for Onpassive for free?
Life-changing thing down because they were so afraid of what? Success? None of you were afraid. You just did it.
Oh my God.
The biggest problem with America, with the world, is people are afraid to do something because they heard something 20 years ago or 10 years ago. Oh, don't do that. Or in a saying that I never liked, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Okay. So then why wouldn't a tech company changing all of humanity and ending homelessness and world hunger and giving everyone in the world clean water to drink, why would that not be too good to be true, Chris? Hey?
There is so much lying in that statement right there.
Oh, now that statement's a lie? Okay.
So much. That statement right there has chased people away from their dreams.
Wow.
Like, this company is going to bring you your dreams in reality. But that one statement, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, scared billions of people away from doing something they wanted to do or trying something. The biggest mistake you can make in life is not trying something new.
Sherry says they keep saying there's no work involved in Onpassive. Then the next webinar, they're yelling at people to get busy, right? Or they're saying, like, do the cat before you mow. And I don't know how you do a cat. I feel like that's something that I'd have to ask Shane Dawson about. And I don't know him, so.
Whether you get hit, Marty's, I'm sure, tried many things new online when he found out he was on disability. He had to do something. And he did this, did that, did this. The man has stayed with this company for over 5 years now. I call one of the top dogs of speaking from the heart and telling people the way it is.
Mocat.
And that's really like I just want to be excited for you. I want you to be excited for me.
Yeah, everyone just be excited all the time. Be excited while you wait. Woo woo! We all love waiting. I love waiting to get paid and to have products to sell. Woo woo! So excited.
Marty came on and I'm bouncing today because I'm still crazy. Marty had a Helen Keller thing on there when we started, if you saw that. Helen Keller. A woman that was blind and deaf, and some woman went out of her way, a beautiful teacher, and helped her. Can you imagine if that teacher never helped Helen Keller? Do you know the lives that those two individuals changed for the world?
I'm sorry if it wasn't
thousands and thousands.
It would have been another one. Like anyway, I'm just like, come on.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, right? Leave Helen Keller alone. Helen Keller has nothing to do with this scam. Unless you are going to say you are as blind as she was by joining it, I don't know what else you could say.
And Helen Keller and this teacher, and I can't think of her name, was Mary or something, but they inspired the world by what they were doing. How do you teach someone that's blind and deaf anything?
Violet says, Helen Keller was blind and deaf, yet she had better sight than you.
Helen Keller's family.
Helen Keller would have been like, I'm not joining this shit. This is a scam. I don't trust this Ash guy. He gives me weird feeling. All right.
Own family, if you remember it. Oh, well, we just let her do what she wants. She doesn't know what she's doing. And this teacher said, no, you got to teach her. She's teachable. And look what Helen Keller turned out to be, because someone had the
already
faith.
did, Sherry. I think they did Anne Frank like a little while ago. Oh, yeah. That was
enough to say, I can help this lady. We could do something together. What do you think Ash Mufareh is saying?
Oh, my God.
I can help the world. I can help individuals. I can help businesses. And I can also create wealth all over the world for individuals who never had a chance, who tried every single thing on the internet and failed.
But I thought that you weren't preying on people in places where there's individuals that don't have a chance, as you put it.
You remember this when the .com era was on there, everyone wanted to quit their job and get a .com.
I'd say it was a few months ago, at least. But yeah, they've already done that.
They were selling something. It was a big error. But where are we now?
We're at it. Marty and Chris forgot to commemorate the death of Hitler today. Might as well. I mean, that's who's the most like Ash Mufareh that I know.
You're in a company that's going to do everything for you. It's going to push you up.
Lump of faith for a lump of coal, right?
Up. And it's just going to keep going. Those who doubt this company, those who doubt me or Marty, what we say, it's okay, because in the long run, I'm still smiling because I'm going to be really happy.
Dude, I left you alone for like a week. Why are you still talking about this?
I'll be more happy if you said, you know what, I was wrong. I got to get in this.
I literally gave the two of you a break from me covering you to see if you would still kind of do the us versus them mentality thing as much. And you like leaned into it more somehow. I don't understand.
And there's some real mean people that's treated me pretty
I'm used
bad.
to people that just want me to go away.
I would say I still want to see him succeed, because I can't take hate and hate again. It just ain't gonna happen. I get mad at him, angry at him, but they don't see it. Why? Because in their mind, they believe that everything on the internet is wrong. There's no one doing this. Listen, he's doing this. Ash Mufareh's done this.
No, there's no past tense in that. It's not done yet, my dude. Far from.
For us.
One product for
Not
sale.
for himself. Sure, he's going to be, I believe, probably one of the most successful. I'm just not going to say rich, because I don't think that's what he's about.
Yes, there was a webinar once that discussed that Ash could have stopped World War II if he'd been alive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of weird statements like this.
He's going to be one of the most successful businessmen. He's not a businessman.
He's
I'll say it again. Businesses are going to follow his lead. And you know what that creates?
No one is. Do you know what they would do? They would actually do the opposite of everything this man did, and then you will have a successful business. If you mean like that, yeah, I agree with you. They'll do that.
For all of us.
That will happen for sure.
If every business thought about people like Ash Mufareh does, it'd be very, very successful. They would be. But Onpassive is going to lead the way for all this.
Oh my God.
But if you have any doubts about Onpassive, hey man, go fishing.
Go fishing?
Go paint your house. Go make a garden. Don't doubt it. Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. I'm about to murder you. Just let it happen.
Like Marty, I believe this week, next week, something's going to go. And I'm excited about it. Even if it doesn't go this week, I'm still crazy about it. Because when it does go, guess what?
What?
All you individuals out there that have been waiting patiently, calmly, you're going to be blown away by what it does. I keep thinking about all the people he's got. Hi, Janet.
Are you like going to kick out all the people that ask questions or something? Like,
think about all the people he's got in that warehouse, we call it. Where are they going? And then I think back again, something we haven't said in a while. All right, that 8 billion people in the world.
Uh-huh.
They have to come through founders to get into Onpassive. That is what you're.
Okay, but are we going to all of a sudden be in some kind of thing where we're all in the same country and we're living under some regime that says every single person in the world must sign up for Onpassive? Like, is Ash Hitler? Like, what do you mean? Doesn't matter how many people are in the world. You can't look at the world's population and then say, so that's how many people we have to join this business. That's just stupid. You can't even do that in the market and look at how many people like buy products in the market and then go, that's how many customers we'll have. Even as potential customers, that's not even how you come up with that.
Plus is when you signed up for this, whether it was 5 years ago or 3 or 2 years ago, the world has to go through us.
For what?
Get in as resellers, affiliates, whatever names you want to call it. That was one of the pluses I seen as wow.
Onpassive is Skynet.
Do the math, guys. Do the math. You are about to have a life like you wouldn't believe.
Right? Like, are people going to start knocking on doors and say, did you go to the Onpassive webinar today? And then if you say no, then they shoot you? Like stop it.
Because of one guy. Listen, Ash Mufareh's, what did he call it?
I thought entire countries are going to sign up for this. Whose country?
The professor's professor.
Not my country.
Came on the other day. He didn't say a word. I love that he didn't say a word because it made me more intrigued to know more about this guy.
It is true, although they do believe in him as if he's some kind of Peter Pan. Right? Although instead of taking them to Neverland, he's taking them to bankruptcy.
Every single webinar we go to that Ash comes out, he pops something at us new. And you remember he said, I don't really want to give too much out, and I don't blame him for all that stuff.
Stop.
But it's all about us, guys. It's not about him. Never has been. And the world's going to know that. Sooner or later, they will know it. And
oh my God, I'm getting so sick of this. Like, this company's not about him. It's all for you bullshit. It's really annoying.
Ash Mufareh is going to be the greatest guy in the world.
At this point, I would almost rather and prefer if Ash just came out here and was like, I wanted to scam you all. Like, come on.
Literally. My old buddy Cedric Flowers used to say, he's going to get that award. I can't remember the award, but Cedric used to say it all the time. This company is going to take you where you never would have ever made it for him. None of us
bankruptcy.
Have the ability, but we might, but we just didn't do it because we were afraid. How many of you grabbed your wallet and said, hey, we're going to go start a global company?
No one.
You need a lot of wallets. A lot of people also forget.
You need a lot of wallets. Huh?
Ash Mufareh has funded this. He's listen, that man has put everything on the line. And I want to remind you guys something also.
Oh, yay.
I can take hits all day. Marty can take hits. Red can take hits from people.
Who was hitting? Nobody was hitting you. I hadn't reacted to you in like a week. What do you mean?
People. Ash Mufareh said about 2 years ago, this is my baby. My name's on it. If it goes down, it's Ash Mufareh, but I'm not going to let it go down. It isn't Chris or Marty. We're going to, everyone's going to, no. Ash Mufareh started this company, and he wanted to let everyone know that this is on me. This is my reputation, my family, and I'm not going to let anyone down. And he's just going to keep going, do it till he dies. I hate when he says that, but
what happens after he dies? I'm just wondering if you thought about that.
It's going to be an amazing company.
Because you've said things like, it might not happen in this lifetime. So then, like, what happens to the company after he dies?
You guys, now I don't think I'm as exciting as I was last night because I just want to talk to you guys about we got to do something different. And what's that? Stay excited. Pay attention to your back office literally this week and next week and every day, actually, and see what's really coming. All you got to do is check your back office. That's it. That's it. We're not doing anything else. We're actually sitting at home watching webinars, doing whatever we got to do. Why this guy?
I guess you got to talk about what it's not, since it's like actually is nothing right now.
He's working around the clock. Did you see Muhammad Kamal?
Talk about
Number
what
one,
it
he's
is.
looking very good.
The fuck does that have to do with anything? I mean, he's looking real good. Like, okay, do you want to take him out on a date? What the hell does that have to do with Onpassive?
I can't imagine the pressures he's under.
Has to do
I gotta
with it. I don't
imagine
care.
when he quit his job, like Marty was talking about, came to Onpassive. I don't even think he blinked an eye. Oh man, maybe this was a mistake.
I would have.
I don't think he ever even felt that way, because that was one of my big wow. Why would he just quit his job to come here? But there's people we don't even know about that quit it. Do you know that we have people from every big group? I'm talking about
What?
Facebook, Google.
Well, you don't.
We have all kind of people from those companies that came to Onpassive. You haven't heard about them yet.
Oh, wait. Oh, well, how convenient for Chris. Well, there you go, guys. We just haven't heard about him yet. Wow. Why wouldn't you have led with that? Just wondering.
But you will.
It's
Or
such
maybe
a
you
flag.
won't. But they're working for you. They're not saying, oh, I just want to be a founder. I'm glad I didn't go work for Ash Mufareh.
Okay.
Stop going there. I'm glad where I'm at right now. It's fun. But Muhammad Kamal, I just have nothing but respect for what he did. He was,
like
to
I
me,
said,
a
ask
big part
about
of
that. I don't
my
care.
reason and many people's reasons why, oh man, this is on. Why would someone give up something like that? I'm like Marty.
Because he quit his job? Like, I don't understand. We got to find out why this man actually quit his job. Something else had to have happened. Because if he did, like, just quit a really good job for this thing, he's dumb. Or he knew that he was going to be able to scam a lot of money out of it. That's the only answer.
He said to come onto a company that's never even been announced anywhere. That was a huge thing he did for me, at least. But
Violet was out by this part. You know, I don't blame you. It hasn't been riveting.
stay excited. Remember who you are. And when all this happens, promise yourself that you're not going to change. Stay who you are. Stay true to yourself. Money can make you do a lot.
Chris, according to your brother, this thing's already changed you a lot as a person. So, you know, I don't think that if I were you, I'd tell other people not to change. Demar says, it's very difficult listening to such a failure go on about life lessons of success, right? Like, they all do it. I mean, even Ash is a failure. So it's also frustrating to hear them talk about Ash like he has success, you know? It's like, what success has he had? Don't go all Hollywood once your millions start to roll in, right? Mike says, I quit my job for Onpassive and now I live in a 24-year-old Mitsubishi van. Try to do the van life on YouTube. Maybe you'll get some AdSense. These live streams are just prayer meetings and rivals at this point. There's zero fact and no updates, right?
A lot of things, man, good or bad, but just stay who you are. I like you guys just the way you are. All of you.
No.
Even you, Gemma and Lystra.
No, Chris was not always a manic buffoon. He may have always been, you know, an upbeat kind of dude, but from what I've heard, this thing's changed him quite a bit.
Because you guys are fun. All right, Marty, I'm done. Take it back.
Ooh, doggy.
Ew, doggy? Oh my God.
Everybody. Very good show today. I believe it's Fun Day Monday with Red and Jane at 11.
I texted him. He didn't.
Yeah, right. At this point, they probably are just trying to keep my viewers, and I'm trying to keep all of you. But I have to sum this up soon. It's over in a couple minutes. I have to pick up my kiddo today from school because my husband is painting our bathroom.
Text me back yet, and Julie and Michael are not doing their 3 o'clock today. Julie
texted
me that early this morning.
Oh my God!
I think they announced that last.
Oh my God! What will they do at 3 o'clock if those two are not going live at 3? Oh my God. Hey, maybe enjoy some of that alleged time freedom, huh?
Week, right?
Yeah, but
And then what else? Anything else today? Just tonight
no, I'm
is,
not. Don't do that. Ew.
Red hasn't responded back to me yet, so.
Anyway, look for him. Okay. I don't know if he is or he isn't. I think he is.
I think he is, yeah.
Anyway, love y'all.
They did do their Monday Fun Day.
Share on Passive. You'll be glad you
As I
did. People
said
need to hear it. The world's hurting.
People need it. They need it.
Young people are not going to care about Onpassive. Trivia us the only fun they have. Trivia is the only fun they have, right? I know. I do want to go to one of their trivias and see how that goes.
Guys, I don't care what you say. Everyone needs Onpassive.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Guaranteed.
We do not.
I want to thank everybody being here. About 400 people. Not bad. Not too bad. I love it. I love the numbers because I know that's more people that get it. They get it. And once you get it, you got it. And once you got it, bang.
Bang. Bang. Instead of boom, baby, boom, you know? Thank you, Mark, for the $4.99 from Ella, Poppy, and myself. In it to win it.
Anyway, I'll see you all. And thank you very much for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow. And don't forget about Jerry Nix's wife and Robin Noble. Big thing. Keep praying for her. I feel sorry for Jerry. He's an older guy, but he's a great guy. So let's remember him. Anyway.
And that's where it ends. Anyway, then it just cuts off. You gotta love that, right? You gotta love that. That was fun. That was kind of a fun one to react to. I enjoyed that. Even though they got a little bit annoying and they said some things where I was like, what the fuck was that about? That was a fun one to react to. Again, I don't know why they keep going on about haters. I believe that in the last, few weeks, I've only reacted to them a couple times. I was trying to give them a little bit of a break because I realized they were, flipping out and stuff. And I like to put the pressure on them, but I don't like to send them right over the edge. You know, we don't really want to do that. We just want to put some pressure on them and make them feel the heat. But we don't want to throw them into the fire. So I was like, oh, I'm going to hang back. And I was a little interested to see if I did hang back and went and reacted to some other people, which we had to spend our time doing anyway because they had, GOOO AFRICAAA and, other things going on. I was like, I wonder if they'll still, talk about it as if we are reacting to them, every single day like we were. And I almost feel like they doubled down on it a little bit in that time. It's like, Jesus, even when you don't have all of the trolls in your chat, you guys are still upset about these haters. The Stayers of Nay win every time. We're really the ones that are in it to win it, you know? That's the real case. I'm glad that you're here to stay. Some would say that this is a little sadistic, Beth. Not me, but some people. Well, maybe I am a little sadistic. I guess you'll have to stick around to find out. So like I said, I got to run. I got to go and pick up my little one from school in 10 minutes here. Luckily, it's very close. But that was a fun one. I surely enjoyed reacting to that. I really, really did. And I guess we're just going to have to see what's going on. I won't be able to go live tomorrow, but I do have a little bit of a surprise for all of you for when I can't go live. So we will resume back at Stayers of Nay Cult on Thursday. Probably Thursday afternoon again. Again, pay attention to the community tab, and it will be posted up there. I love all of you. Have a fabulous rest of your day. And I'll see you all on Thursday. Bye!
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a cult.
Hey, hey, hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought out. Her debate was 3-minute ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right? Right there.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh.
Thanks for coming. Have a great day, everyone. See you Thursday. Bye.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.